I don't have any further questions at this time, Madam.
All right. Do you want to cross-examine on each vehicle or wait till the end? How do you want to do it?
No, I'll start with this one.
Okay, go ahead. Cross-examination.
Back in 2019, the story began. Questions about rules nobody had planned. Somebody look closer. Somebody asked why. That somebody was DREWRIBAR. Rules written fast, rules written sly. Who's watching the watches in constant sky? Ask the questions, follow the trail. And now we're headed to the hearing. Here's the tale.
Okay. DMV processes a lot of titles every year, like 250,000. Is that accurate?
I don't know.
Approximately 10% of those, 25, 30,000.
I will be by to your yard and I'm gonna pull more records.
Okay.
You've opened Pandora's box.
No. Lien sales. You don't know that?
No.
The citation that you just reviewed, where it was a notice violation, contains different statutes than what was set forth in the complaint. Do you agree with that?
What am I referencing? What document number?
So in your complaint,
What document number am I referencing?
so we're going to take a look at number 3. In number 3, and you wrote this report, correct?
Are we on 6-7 Department 1, number 3?
Yes.
Yes.
So you cited 6 different violations, correct?
No.
Okay. You cited 6 different statutes and NACs, correct?
I cited, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I cited 6 different violations.
108.360 is really the penalty. Isn't that accurate? 108.360 is really the penalty.
For what?
Well, it says incurring a bill without authority or by misrepresentation. But if you look at that statute, that's really just a penalty statute. Isn't that correct?
Objection, Your Honor, calls for a legal conclusion.
Well, he's the expert here. He's the one that wrote this report.
Go ahead, you can ask the question.
That's just the penalty statute, the NRS 108.360.
I mean, I don't have it in front of me to read the NRS.
You don't know offhand.
I reference everything by the actual.
All right. The next one is 108.365. Again, it's a penalty for committing certain acts involving motor vehicles. That's what you wrote.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not misrepresenting that, correct? That's what you wrote.
Can you say it a different way for me to understand what you're trying to imply?
I'm not implying anything. I'm just stating a fact that this is the statute. 3 of these that you cited are penalties, but they're not actually violations. They're penalties for violations. Just want to make that clear. The bottom 3, 108.360, 108.365, and 482.555 are the penalties for a violation, correct? And I'm specifically referring to number 1, 3. where at the top of the page, it says violations.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
I see where it says violation, yes.
Okay. But these are penalties for violations, the bottom three, correct?
So like, I guess I would answer it like this. The department determined that a tow bill submitted in support of a lien sub packet violates NRS 108-360. Pursuant to NRS 108-357, the department is assessing a fine. That's how I would answer that question, I guess.
So it addresses a fine, correct?
Well, I mean, 108-357.
108-357
Does
does not
that
list
say
it.
administrative fine? No, I'm just saying I don't know what you're asking me. I don't understand.
Well, you list these as violations, but in fact, the bottom three are simply penalties for violations. You agree with that, right? I mean, it says penalty for committing certain acts, criminal penalties for certain violations. So these aren't actually violations, the bottom three, they're penalties, correct?
I'm not gonna say correct, because I mean, there's an NRS and you read it and there's a whole NRS to it, what it says. So I mean, I'm not going to agree to that. No.
Well, I'm just going to read it to you. A penalty for incurring bill without authority or by misrepresentation. That's what 108.360. So that's not actually a violation. It's simply a penalty for a violation.
You're looking at me, but I have nothing more to give you other than
You disagree?
I mean, I guess they can be interpreted in different ways.
Well,
And to me, it sounds like he doesn't know.
okay.
And then your question is getting into a little bit of argument about how the 6 statutes cited, 3 of them you're asserting are just penalty.
Yes.
Yeah, save it for argument,
All right.
unless there's some specific fact that you can ask him about this particular tow or something like that.
Well, let's start with NRS 706.4477. It does not state in that statute that you can't have a pre-bid. That statute doesn't say you can't have pre-bids on cars, does it?
I don't have the statute in front of me.
It doesn't say it. To the best of your knowledge, it does not say that.
Objection, he's testifying for him.
I'll
cross-exam.
Keep going, counsel. Go ahead.
From the streets of Carson City to the hills of Virginia City, working people trying every day just to make an honest wage. Pleasant Valley morning sun, Hidden Valley's work gets done. Washoe Valley winds roll through, carrying voices strong and true. Neighbors calling, voices clear. Can someone finally hear us here? Government should serve the land and lend the people a helping hand. So tell me, what can I do for you right here where our dreams come true? From Carson City roads to skies so blue, I'll stand right here beside you, working hard respect and pride when they stand with the people's side. But when the system goes astray and red tape gets in the way, we'll shine the light and make things clear. Accountability starts right here. When the people knock on the door, they deserve a little more common sense and honest care, and someone willing to be there. So tell me, what can I do for you right here where our dreams come true? From Virginia City to Pleasant Valley too, I'll stand right here beside you, working hard, making things right, keeping government in the light. From Washoe winds to Carson stars, I'll walk this road right where you are. DREWRIBAR, working for the people where you are, working for the people where you are. This land was built by working hands, by neighbors helping neighbors stand. If we listen and work as one, a better future has begun. So tell me, what can I do for you? From Hidden Valley, sky so blue, across Washoe Valley, far and wide, I'll walk this road right by your side. With honest work and open doors, making government work once more. From Lockwood Roads to Desert Star, DREWRIBAR.
So you have no idea whether or not that statute says anything about pre-bids.
Without reading it, no, I don't.
Well, you're lodging these violations. Isn't that your job to know?
So for the 706 violations, that I'm not a regular, like my job isn't in regulation of, I guess that has duties with the tow car operator, our duties of tow companies.
Well, I'm just asking you about you made 3 violations. They're actual charges.
No,
That's what it says
No,
here, the
he was
violations.
fined for the NRSs at the bottom. The top 3 were violations, yes, but he wasn't charged a penalty or administrative fine due to anything with 706.
So it has nothing, so the fines obviously are the bottom part, the bottom 3. So as you sit here today, you don't know if the law allows pre-bids on vehicles.
I wouldn't say I don't know, and that implication is not. I'm not going to agree with that. No, I'm just saying I'm not reading that NRS.
Okay,
That was in there.
what statute allows or precludes pre-bids?
I don't have that information in front of me.
Well, I mean, your narrative here is pretty much based on the allegation that there was a pre-bid. I mean, if you turn to 005, it says A&A had a prearranged deal.
Which page?
005. Your conclusion in this report is
Okay.
that A&A had a prearranged deal. What statute precludes a prearranged deal?
I don't have that in front of me, but again, I guess if we're talking about a public auction needs to be held, and the person who bought the vehicle didn't know that there was an auction even to be held at all. I guess that would be my conclusion of that. You can call it a pre-bid, you can call it whatever you want. We call it if you're trying to generate a title.
I mean, you weren't there that day the auction was held, were you?
It was not.
And there's nothing wrong with people putting in pre-bids.
I don't work for the NTA. I couldn't tell you if that's.
Well, wait a minute. This is the DMV, and you're making the prearranged deal into an issue.
I'm saying that a public auction was certified and testified, or not testified, but that a public auction was certified that took place, and Carabella's bought it at a public auction. He was given a phone call on that date, so we'll come pick up his vehicle, which he did. He never was told about a public auction. The statement says that. He showed up.
Does it matter? He's not the person that's gotta be noticed. The people that gotta be noticed are the people with an interest in that
It
vehicle.
says that he bought the vehicle at a public auction, which he did not.
It's a pre-bid.
I'm not here to argue with you about that.
Okay.
I'm just answering the question. That
And you have no evidence, you weren't there
I have a
to
written-
say that there was no public auction.
I have a written statement.
No,
Just-
you weren't there.
Yes, but I have a written statement.
I
That's what
get
my
that.
investigation goes off of.
I'm asking you a specific question.
I was not there.
You were not there. Other than this statement from a person that again was not there, that a public auction was held or not held. He wasn't there, was he? Is this Mr. Carabellis or the other guy?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Neither of them were there, correct? So if they weren't there, how do you know there was no auction? Just because he wasn't aware of him, correct?
Action calls for speculation.
Also saying it, try it again, Councilman.
To the best of your knowledge, neither Carabellis nor Gilbert were there at the time and place set for the auction.
I don't know
Your conclusion goes on to say, as a result of the agreement, that's a prearranged deal. A&A Towing misrepresented a tow slip. Okay. Again, as you sit here today, you can't identify any statute, rule that states prearranged deals are not legal.
Again, in reference to the NTA hearing that took place on this specific.
Wait a minute, this isn't an NTA violation.
This trying to answer the question.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Go
preface
right
it.
ahead.
It was said that that tow was unjust for this specific vehicle. The tow, the circumstances under it were unjust. So part of the investigation, that's included in it. That's part of our exhibits. And so, again, from the statement of Justin Gilbert saying that a monetary agreement was made beforehand, he even showed up and dropped the car off and talked about, that's how we came to this conclusion.
Again, that prearranged deal does not violate NRS 706.4477. It does not violate NAC 706.4275, and it does not violate NAC 706.418.
Objection, I'm sorry. Calls for legal conclusion.
I didn't hear the question.
And also it's ask and answer.
The question is, a prearranged deal is, you can't point to the statute that says a prearranged deal is illegal. If you can, here's the time and date to do it.
There was no fine assessed based off of any of the 706s or NEC that we referenced.
But you're saying that it was not just nor reasonable.
That's what the NTA
Because of-
said,
That's what the NTA alleged.
which is the regulatory control of his business.
Okay. And you're not enforcing any of their rules.
I'm not
It's a totally separate agency, correct?
correct.
And you didn't bring that as part of this case. Any NTA violations?
No.
Said the tow slip did not contain all the information required by law. What was missing?
By law?
Yeah.
Or by, like, how I went to.
Well, that's what you wrote. I'm saying what was missing.
What document are you looking at?
Still looking at 05.
What paragraph?
Conclusion.
And then the tow slip, are we referring to, what specific document, the invoice?
I don't know. This is your writing. It says the tow slip did not contain.
Page 5.
No, I know, I just, I mean, this was written in 2023, so I mean, I don't recall exactly, at the time I was writing this, it's not, so.
So as you sit here today, you don't know what missing information required by law that was missing.
Well, again, I mean, you're not showing me some type of reference. Are we talking about the tow invoice or the tow slip? There's two.
I don't know. You wrote this. It says the tow slip.
Well, again, there's certain things required in a lien sale packet that need to be complete. That this is all based off of. So if there was something that was missing in the tow slip, which there initially was, which had us look into this in the first place, they could have been referencing that.
What was missing?
We've already discussed it. You want me to look and tell you again, or?
What was missing specifically?
I'd have to go back to these documents. Give me 1 second to find it. Sorry. Do you know which one? Documents report.
The what?
Excuse me, the documents and report.
Page 7.
So if you look at the document incident report, I mean, I can read it to you, or you can reference it yourself, however you'd like.
What page are you looking at?
07.
Okay. This is not the tow slip that
No, but-
you referenced.
But this is what was missing. This talks about what was missing in the tow slip.
So it's missing a signature, is what you're saying. Is that correct?
That's what this says. Yeah, originally it says that it lacked a signed tow slip. From the person requesting the tow, correspondence was sent. It also says it mentioned the tow truck driver is going to be the one requesting the tow. And then they resubmitted the packet. A&A Towing did at a later date. Things were filled in, but things were also different from the original submission.
I mean, people do that all the time, don't they?
I'm just reading you.
I'm asking.
Documents.
I mean, you know how these things are done.
Objection, speculation.
Go ahead, Council.
I don't work in Central Services Division. I'm a police officer for the DMV Compliance Enforcement Division. When somebody submits a case, or when somebody submits like something like this internally from the documents report, question something or looking into it administratively, criminally, whatever it's going to be, I'm just kind of telling you my job scope. I'll go from there for it, but I don't work for Central Services, and I don't have the statistics of how many they do, what they do, or how many, or what common, or what's not common.
Well, you are aware of the NTA hearing, correct?
I was there.
And at the NTA hearing, Mr. Rebar stated exactly why they were different names. Do you recall what that was?
I don't.
Because they have an accounting system. They have to change it to account for the payment to the driver. And then they change the name over to Mr. Rebar.
Objection, compound question.
Do you understand that?
I mean, I'm hearing what you say, but I mean, do I understand it or not? I don't know the details of this business and how they operate now.
So it says, number one, there's no signature on the tow slip. And number two, it says the tow truck driver can't be the one requesting the tow. As you sit here today, what statute, rule, or NAC do you rely on in making an issue out of that?
I don't have that exact, like I said, the interest in front of me, but a consent tow and a non-consent tow, and when trying to generate a lien cell based off of a tow, a consent tow, from my understanding, again, I'm not the regulatory agency.
It's actually my personal knowledge.
Overall, keep going.
For a lien cell, you submit a lien cell, it's generally given because they get notified. I mean, just all the different reasons that they could take a vehicle in. But essentially, it's not someone calling and requesting a tow, because if that's the case, it would be a consent tow, and you would say, sure, I'm going to charge you this much for a tow. And that person says, sure, come get my car and take it. And now they're covered in their end, whether whatever happens for the vehicle or not. In this cases, a lien sale is being submitted so they can take ownership of the vehicle and then sell it or whatever they had to do for services rendered because they were not paid for it beforehand or upfront or something like that. So in regards to a lien sale, yeah, I'm not a regulatory agency of NTA, or I don't know who's interested in those rules, and I'm not trying to, and he wasn't fined for anything for that. But for the lien sale aspect of it is where it came into play.
Okay. So you didn't write the fines up. That was Mr. Appleton, right?
I am Mr. Appleton.
I'm sorry.
Sergeant, we got two.
Let me go back and find those. That's what you're talking about right there.
Yeah, Sergeant Robinson, right?
Sergeant Robinson. So Sergeant Robinson is the one that wrote the citations, correct?
When you say the citation,
Well, I'm referring to,
the notice of violation.
notice of violation.
So I wrote the notice of violation. It gets submitted to a sergeant or my supervisor. Sergeant Robinson was my supervisor at that time, and it is still technically. And then he can edit it, make changes, make things, put a price in, that type of stuff. Yeah, so it comes back down to me, and then eventually it gets approved by Sergeant Robinson or even up higher, depending on anything else. But I mean, every case is kind of different.
So you said that this fine assessment was not based on a pre-bid, correct?
He wasn't fined under any type of, no, I don't have it in front of me again, so it's. The fine wasn't induced based off of anything from a 706 violation, is what I said.
The 706 violation, specifically, what does that mean?
NRS 706-4477, NAC 706-4275, NAC 706-418.
And as you sit here today, you're saying that none of those statutes preclude pre-bids on liens.
Objection has to answer.
I'll sustain that one.
Okay, we'll talk about pre-arranged deals. None of those statutes preclude pre-arranged deals.
Okay.
So other than the tow slip not having a signature, and the tow truck application, the second one, having a name change, correct? Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying, because I don't know what you're implying. You're leading me down something that I'm not walking down.
What I'm asking you is to identify each and every quote unquote misrepresentation in this lien packet. Tell me if there's anything here that you believe is inaccurate.
When you say inaccurate, like, this was submitted to me by Central Service there. This was submitted,
Okay.
not to me, but this was submitted by Central.
So this is not part of the lien packet, correct?
No.
There is number 8. I mean, there are 25 lines to this. What is inaccurate or misrepresented, if anything, in this lien sale affidavit?
I would just object, these are vague questions, and they draw something specific in the document that he's asking about.
No.
I think he's still trying to get to what's missing.
Yeah. That's what's missing from this document that makes it inaccurate or a misrepresentation.
I'm not sure if anything's missing from this specific page, but inaccurate. It stated that on the 6th of April, 2022, the vehicle sold at a public auction for the sum of $500 with a sales tag to this individual. That, according to their own, Justin Gilbert, the son-in-law, on behalf of this individual who's you're saying bought it, that would be inaccurate.
Okay. So you think that's inaccurate?
Yes.
With the lien claimant certification on page 9, what's inaccurate?
Again, I don't have all this in front of me, or I have it in front of me, but I believe there were some dates, there are some inaccurate dates on here, and I'd have to go through the report.
Well, I mean, this is a standard form that was filled out, correct?
I guess the key.
By Chanel, it says Chanel Hopkins, A&A Towing.
Yep.
And they, A&A, like everyone else, is required to publish the sale of a vehicle for a lien packet, correct?
Yep.
And this was published correctly. I mean, you would agree that this document was correctly done. I mean,
Well, you keep.
they followed the proper procedure to publish the sale, correct?
Or maybe they attempted to, and again, I'd have to, like, I'm not reading all this stuff.
Well, I mean, you already went through that on direct exam, and you read the publication
Yep.
from Sparks, and they did nothing wrong there.
Just
That was done correctly.
Some of the dates were inaccurate, I believe.
Okay. What date?
Again, I'd have to like turn to it and give it a read through.
I mean, they printed a publication. You read it.
Yep.
What's wrong with that? The dates.
It didn't meet the criteria of the 22 day lien sale for that.
Okay,
And it's referenced in the report with the NRS violation.
by how many days did they miss? 1 or 2?
I didn't know. Right.
So if it was published, date of certified mailing is the 11th, and it's 22 days, that would be over 22 days, wouldn't it?
I don't have the map. I can reach in my report if you want.
But I'm just saying, this says the date of the mailing was the 11th of March, correct? That was the date of the certified mail.
1 second. So now we're talking about certified mailing.
Yes.
That says on the 11th of March, yes, and it was sent on the 3/18.
Where does it say it was sent in 3/18? It says public auction date was 6th of April.
Hold on, you're asking me two different things, so I need to keep you in my lane. You're either talking about the letters sent, or you're talking about the public auction.
Well, according to this document, the date of certified mailing was the 11th of March, correct?
Time out. You're asking me two different things. So one, with the posting to the Sparks Tribune and all of that, that's one thing that we were started. And now you're asking about certified mailing, which is something different. So,
Okay. Well, we're just, according to this document, would agree that it says the certified mailing was done the 11th of March. And again, we're referring
hold on.
to 009.
Okay. Okay, it says date of certified mailing, 11 March of 2022. But if you look at, I'll reference it for you. If you look at 14, 15, and 16, which are the certified mailings, it has a date of 3/18/2022. So that would be an inaccuracy of that page,
Okay?
as you asked me.
And as far as let's go through this. Oh, the first date of newspaper publication, is that correct?
First day of interest February 16th March. Let me refer to it 1 second. 16th March. Yes,
Was it posted in the Sparks Tribune?
that's what it says.
Address 155 Glendale Avenue. You have no reason to believe that's inaccurate.
No.
The public auction date of the 6th of April.
With a different time, 11 p.m. than that's stated in all the letters, which would be another inaccuracy.
So if it was at 11, it would have been at 12 o'clock, right? Correct? That's what the document said?
Some documents say one thing, others say others.
But if this one says 11 and it was held at 12, that wouldn't be a problem because they'd already be there, right?
I couldn't tell you.
Do you know how many people showed up for this auction?
I wasn't there.
So turning to the impound invoice,
Which page?
12.
Good.
It says Visa payment of $500 applied on 4/8/2022, correct?
Hold on, where am I looking at?
Underneath the summary,
Underneath the review, visa payment?
Yeah.
Yes, it says that.
Okay. You have no evidence to contest the fact that neither one of these people paid for the vehicle anytime sooner than 4/8/2022.
I believe in my discussion that it was referenced that he paid up front. Do I have evidence of that? No.
So there's no evidence that he paid up front, other than making a payment on 4/8/2022.
I suppose so.
And there was a time at the DMV. I mean, let's talk about the DMV rules and regulations. There was a fairly lengthy tow truck driver manual. Do you know that?
It's actually outside the scope of track.
Yeah, let's, where are you going with this, Colin?
I want to talk about how the rules have changed over time. And how-
For legal conclusion.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna let it go, keep going.
are you aware of the tour and record guide?
Yes.
And you know that tour and record guide was withdrawn in 2020?
I'm not sure when it was withdrawn.
And you know that the tour and record guide, they never replaced that with another tour and record guide?
Like currently?
Well, currently they do, but not at the time this happened.
Do you have dates or anything for me?
Well, the date that this transaction occurred, which is March, April of 2022.
You're saying there was no tow and record guide?
Are you aware of the fact that there was no tour and record?
I don't regulate any kind of tow record guide or anything like that, no. And from what I do know, it's a reference material for people to do different types of actions and the forms needed for the DMV and everything. It's not a conclusive, it's a reference.
Okay. Let's turn to 13.
Okay.
I mean, this is a typical form where if you're filing a lien packet, you have to notify the owner and anybody with an interest in that vehicle, correct?
Correct.
As far as you know, sitting here, this was properly done.
Yeah, there's letters sent to two different addresses for Shermopolis and the lien holder. America First. Excuse me.
So as far as you can see, all the owners and interest lien holders were properly notified. And they properly notified all of the people with an interest in this vehicle.
So it's like,
Okay, turn to 14.
Okay.
You're not taking issue with any of these bills, are you?
the bills?
Yes. The storage fees, those are correct, aren't they?
That's the NDA regulatory, not mine.
Okay. So you're not relying on anything there to make your claim.
Yeah, that's not in my, work for the DMV.
That's an NTA thing.
I think so, yeah.
So if those charges were not accurate, the DMV has nothing to do with that.
Correct.
Let me turn to page 22. Do you see that affidavit of publication?
I do see it.
It says it was published the 16th, 3/23, and March 30th, 3 times, which is what's required for publication, correct?
The 3 times?
Yeah, the statute requires A&A Towing to publish it 3 times.
Yeah, NRS 108 goes over all this.
And this was done correctly.
And again, I haven't done the math on this one specifically because there's different things here with different cases, but I believe there may be an issue with the dates or that 22-day period of this. And if not, maybe the other one, I don't know. But I just haven't done the math on it. But I mean, this publication is normally submitted in a lien sale packet with those concurrent things.
Standard procedure.
Yes,
They met that standard procedure.
sure.
And then there's an application for expedited processing. That
23?
23.
Good.
That has nothing to do with A&A Towing, does it? That's when they were trying to do it, correct?
Well, I mean, the printed name of requester is Chanel Hopkins from A&E Towing. But that's, yeah, I mean, I guess if a customer wants, from my understanding, if a customer wants expedited, this process expedited, then they can pay the extra money for that.
Okay. And that fee, they charge the correct fee. I mean, you don't do expedited titles anymore, do you?
I couldn't tell you, I work for the compliance enforcement division.
All right. But an expedited fee, you don't take issue with the $20 that was charged for an expedited fee, for an expedited title.
Again, I don't in my day-to-day activity, I don't deal with this type of document.
Okay. So as you sit here today, you've got no evidence to show that that was an overcharge, undercharge, or a proper charge.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
So A&A Towing didn't initiate this entire event. In fact, Mr. Carabalis did. Is that accurate?
In reference to what?
Well, Mr. Carabalis, according to his statement, Justin Gilbert, on behalf of him, his father-in-law actually sought out A&A Towing to get this done. Isn't that accurate?
Just like the witness statement says, it says that they tried to do a mechanic lien first, didn't go well.
I understand
They had
that.
questions, and they saw A&E tow truck driver, and they inquired about that. They inquired to that tow truck driver, and he was referenced to A&E towing.
And that's what I'm saying. He sought out the tow truck driver to get this done.
Objection, lack of personal knowledge.
Oh, you can ask a question, go ahead.
I mean, I just told you.
According to number 25 says, I met a tow truck driver who worked for A&A Towing and happened to be towing a car outside of my father-in-law's shop.
Uh-huh.
I approached him.
Okay.
So you would agree that Mr. Carabella started this. I mean, A&A Towing wasn't out seeking these types of deals.
I couldn't tell you that or not. I mean, that's what
You
it
have no
says.
evidence of that.
Sure. I'm just telling you, what he said is what he stated, and he was referred to the individuals at A&A that had really been over it, and he was told that he gave a title assist, whatever that is.
As you sit here today, there's no evidence that A&A Towing sought out these people. There's a difference between me coming to you and you coming to me. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I feel like I answered your question as good as I could.
Okay. And in this case, Carabellas came to A&A Towing.
Gilbert called A&A Towing to inquire, yes.
So just to be clear, 29, 30, and 31, I'm sorry, those two documents, 29 and 30, those are not, those documents have nothing to do with A&A Towing, correct?
No, this was submitted, this was the Carabellas and his mechanic shop's attempt to try to do a lane stop.
Okay. The next one is, well, it says E1. Mine says E1.
Okay, the lane stop registration certification?
Yes. The date on that is 4/8/2022, correct?
Correct.
So that's the date that the vehicle was turned over to Mr. Carabellas.
Correct.
Okay. There's nothing inaccurate about the way this was filled out.
Just let me review it if you don't mind real quick.
Go right ahead. It's either 31 or E1.
If it's the lien sale registration certification, we're on the same page. I'll say
Okay.
E1. It shows a date of sale of 4/6/22. You're asking me how it's filled out, if it's correct, or if there's an issue.
Well, I want to know if you believe there's some misrepresentation or inaccuracy.
I do, because it says that A&E Towing certified under penalty of perjury that comply with all provisions of NRS 108 and NEC 108 and have sold the described vehicle at public auction.
Say that one more time.
In this form, if you look under, it's kind of the top underneath the signature of Trish Madden, what looks like with the date of 4/8/22. Underneath that, it says certified under penalty of perjury that I have complied with all provisions of NRS 108 and NEC 108 and have sold the described vehicle at public auction.
Okay.
I
So-
would say there's a misrepresentation of that.
What is the specific misrepresentation?
That John Carabellas or Justin Gilbert did not show up to a public auction and buy this vehicle.
It doesn't say they did.
It does. It says that it was sold. It says signature. So basically what it says is that this vehicle was sold the date of sale 4/6/2022 under penalty of perjury that complied with all provisions of NRS 108 and NEC 108. So if you want to go through that, then you can see that I have the issue with this document because they didn't go to a public auction to buy this.
Well, that's your opinion and you're basing that on his written statement and he wasn't there, correct?
He wasn't at the public auction?
Correct.
Correct, so how can he buy it?
And you can't point to any NRS or any NAC that says you can't have a pre-bid on an auction.
I can't, no, but I'm just going off of this.
I mean, you understand what the auction process is.
I mean, I haven't gone to an auction, no.
You understand that you can pre-bid at auctions.
And what type of advance?
Any, you can give any.
We're getting off track a little bit. Next question.
Your Honor, I will say we're almost.
Yeah, we're getting close. I've been watching. I'm just gonna let him finish cross. Unless you have a long while, Mr. Salvatore. Do you have a lot of cross left or?
No, sure.
Okay.
I've only gotten through 39 documents.
All right, well, why don't we break it here then and, for lunch and then we'll pick up with you, after lunch with your.
All right.
All right, we'll go to the record. Okay, does everybody want an hour less?
How much?
An hour. Hour, fine. Yourself to have the floor with cross examination.
I would just quickly, if you could lower that back down to what it was.
Yeah, can you lower that one back down?
And of course, we renew our objection.
Just, yeah, of course, just down to table level. Yeah, there you go.
Turn to page 12. Page 12 has a list of charges, which total 1708, actually 2208.64. Correct? Says grand total 208.64.
Okay.
So I just want to make it clear.
If I could, just for the record, just reverse step out. That door's not shut. Shut the door.
I'll do it. Go ahead, you keep going, Councilman.
I just want to make sure that you're not maintaining that any of these prices on the price list are inconsistent with the rates that should be charged for that tow.
I don't work for the NTA.
Well, there's a rate list that you've included, or your attorney's included, which has the NTA list of charges. So I just wanted to confirm that you're not saying there was an overcharge anywhere.
Again, there was no administrative fine levied based on anything to do with the Transportation Authority, NRSs, or anything like that.
Okay. So I take it from that, that you don't have any comment about page 35 as to whether these charges listed on page 35 are in any way illegal.
Objection calls for legal conclusion.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Let me review it real quick now. But again, no administrative fine was levied based off of this, right, for me.
Okay, thank you. So essentially, your complaint is based on the following claimed misrepresentations. Toe slip that did not have a signature, correct?
And the violations, again, I mean, I don't know what you're specifically asking me.
Well, I'm trying to identify your complaint essentially states that there are misrepresentations or missing information. I just want to make clear what those were.
I think we've been doing that.
Toe slip, not, and I just want to go through the list that I've accumulated.
Okay.
Toe slip not having signature, correct?
That was sent up from Central Services Division as part of their complaint to or correspondence that was sent to AMA Towing initially.
Then there was a name change from the first application to the second regarding the driver of the tow truck, correct?
Correct.
Went from one name to Mr. Rebar's name,
Our wit from Rebar to another name.
okay? Then you said there were some discrepancies with dates on some of the documents.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like the letter sent, what they were listed on that. DP 47.
Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, again, right? Initially, from our Central Services Division, they saw some inaccuracies. They did a correspondence back to ANA Towing. ANA Towing resubmitted paperwork. They had questions about that. It was sent up to my division.
What's your understanding of that process? I mean, is that the normal process? If there's something inaccurate, they send the tow company a request for more information?
They can, like you said, if there was a missing signature, something like that, or just something not complete, or totally sometimes, just for example, they're going to say it's a police tow, a police request tow, but there's not a police report attached to their paperwork. So there was some correspondence back, and they'll say, "Can we get a police report documenting this for your records?"
Okay.
Or if they don't have it, or if they can't get it, they would ask me, so I'm a police officer or my division or someone in it, can I contact, whatever police jurisdiction that they're looking for records to get that document needed. Just different types of things like that. So it goes up and down in different ways. And there's 1,000 different examples, but okay.
Is there anything specifically that other than we just discussed that was a misrepresentation or something omitted?
Yes. The excuse me, just looking back at this. The auction was in question, the location where it was towed to, from, to, all of that. There's just a lot of discrepancies that made us review this.
Well, which discrepancies did you rely on in bringing this case?
So again, when it was actually presented up to me, it had already been cut in a couple different, like, ANA submitted a link sub document, correspondence was sent from the DMV, ANA sent more another document. There was questions, it was submitted up to my supervisor, James Robinson. I think the NTA looked at it or was involved. And then by the time it got to me personally, when I came involved in this or aware of what ANA towing was for the first time I ever heard it or anything like that, is when I got that notification. Could I look into this case, give Justin Wilbert a call and ask him about the process that went into this thing, so.
You turn to 75.
Okay.
Right next to True Rebar, it says owns A&A Towing. Who wrote that?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I have no idea.
You have no idea?
I didn't write it.
There's also page 12.
Yeah.
There's some writings there aside from the type material. Do you have any idea where that came from?
I'm assuming it came from Central Services, but who specifically wrote it, I don't know.
Okay.
The document incident report, we've already went over it and submitted that. No specific name, if you want me to tell you the name.
So you're assuming somebody from Special Services wrote it, but you don't know that. And the NOS True Rebar?
It said was Drew Rebar,
Oh, was True Rebar. You don't know who wrote that either.
not specifically, no. It was stated in the document incident report. There was you can see date is after first transmission and what it previously was. That was part of the Central Services complaint. So that's why I take my assessment and where it probably came from.
So when they get a first and a second submission, that's kind of the normal course if there's missing information or something inconsistent, right?
Again, I don't work for Central Services or take these things, but yeah, I mean, like I said, like if they need something specific, they would have sent a correspondence letter, which I think is part of these exhibits of what they requested and needed from the A&A token.
Did you collect document 109 yourself? It's the pictures of the vehicles.
Hold on a second. Yeah,
You did? You personally collected this?
Yeah.
So there's another 3 photos that were not included. I mean, do you see the vehicle in this case?
let me look. We're referring to the 2007 Dodge Nitro.
Yes.
It's hard to see in this, but I don't see it in these top pictures right here.
And the bottom picture on the right says that there's 3 more
Yep.
autos, correct?
Correct.
So that could have been the Dodge Nitro, one of those.
It could have been. I don't. Again, I did this so long ago.
But you didn't include,
I don't have Facebook, and so when I collected these, this was as a visitor. Like I only have limited access to it,
okay. Limited access.
so I can see like a page, but I can't. Like I don't have. I'm not a member of Facebook, so
I understand. But it would appear that we're missing 3 photos that were on the bottom right.
Okay,
You agree?
it says +3, I don't see any more.
Okay. And you didn't copy any more,
I just,
other than that?
I just took a screenshot of what I could see.
All right, I have no further questions right now.
Thank you, redirect.
Yes, Ron, thank you.
Breaking news tonight from northern Nevada. Reports are coming in from Carson City. A local businessman is reportedly helping citizens deal with government agencies. Officials are not happy about it. Down in Carson City on a Monday morning, somebody knocked on a government door, said, "Hey, my neighbor's getting the runaround, and we ain't gonna take it anymore." The workers smiled, the paperwork cried, the suits all rolled their eyes inside, 'cause one guy showed up asking why, and the people started cheering outside. Breaking news across the sky, the bureaucrats hate this guy, helping neighbors day and night, standing up for what is right. From Washoe Valley to Virginia City, helping folks when things get gritty. Pleasant Valley heard the cry, yeah, the bureaucrats hate this guy. Authorities confirm the situation has spread. Witnesses say the man known as Drew Rebar has been seen walking into agencies accompanied by citizens asking very uncomfortable questions. Up through Pleasant Valley roads, word got out and the story grew. If the system gives you trouble, there's a guy who'll walk in with you. Through Washoe Valley winds he rides with working folks right by his side. The red tape trembles, the rules collide when the people finally decide. Breaking news across the sky, the bureaucrats hate this guy, helping neighbors day and night, standing up for what is right. From Carson City halls of power to Virginia City's silver mines, when the people call he'll try. Yeah, the bureaucrats hate this guy. They built a maze of rules and lies, but forgot who keeps this country alive. The workers, dreamers, people who try. And one guy standing by their side. Breaking news, the people cry. Send that man to Carson City. Assembly 40, give it a try. Drew Rebar, that guy. From Pleasant Valley to Reno Lights, Washoe Valley standing up for rights. Virginia City shouting high. Yeah, the bureaucrats hate this guy. This just in. Citizens appear extremely pleased with the situation. More updates as this story continues to spread across Nevada.